Welcome to Studio 3. I thought I'd do a vlog while road tripping from Sydney to the snowy mountains, which can't be done in Australia on a weekend. So we're in the process of ruining our weekend while vlogging in our electric car. So the point of this vlog, our thoughts after owning the Tesla Model 3 for 3 weeks. First thing, best car I've ever driven. Now, I'd call myself a driving enthusiast, not exactly a car enthusiast. I'll drive anything. I love driving. And straight up, this is the best car I've ever driven. Not that I've driven many high-end cars, but MX-5s, RX-7s, Mitsubishi Outlander, the iMove, this is by far the best. When we first got the car, we had Autopilot version 9, or the car software version 9, sorry. Only had it for a few days before we got the version 10 update. I did notice a lot of changes from the version 9 to version 10. Version 10? Version 10? What? I noticed the Autopilot doesn't handle intersections on curves too well, especially on single lane roads. It sort of tends to, as you come into the intersection, tends to aim for the opposite corner. I'm assuming because it can't see the line, so it tries to pick the middle, which on a curve will send you straight towards the gutter, which point it will pick up the lines on the other side, and then jerk back into the centre lane and it's all fine again. Another thing I've noticed is the Autopilot will not allow you past the GPS dictated speed limits on roads that aren't freeways or major highways. This is actually the owner's manual, if you read through that. I'm sure everybody's read the owner's manual because that's what everybody does when they buy new things. Read the owner's manual, like we did. But apparently on roads that aren't classified as restricted access, the Autopilot will not allow you to exceed the speed limit that's posted on the GPS maps. So I'm assuming the data comes from Google, which can be annoying because some of the roads around where we live, the speed limits are signposted as 80 kilometres an hour, where on the maps it says it's 60 k's an hour while the road is under construction or lots of roadworks. So fortunately you can't use the Autopilot on those roads because it limits you to the 60 k's an hour. Yet if you go to the traffic aware cruise control, it seems to be fine. It's kind of weird. A few other little things we've noticed. What have we noticed so far after 3 weeks?
12-volt sockets.
Yeah, we've noticed a few little things too that could do some changing or mods. 12-volt power sockets. There's only one in the centre armrest, which when you've got a car fridge or something, which we plan to put in the boot, not the trunk, it's a boot in Australia, remember? We could put it in there and plug it in 12-volt. There's no 12-volt power source, which is quite annoying. So I thought maybe we'd run the cable from the centre armrest into the back, into the car fridge. Can't do that either because there's no, under this armrest here, there's no cable.
Cable tunnel.
There's no cable tunnel to run the cable underneath it from out of that plug. So that's a bit annoying. Maybe the next Model 3 that comes down the production line, Elon, you can sort of, just put a little tunnel there. Just a little cutout. Sort of needs like that. Just to feed the wire through, you can use that socket.
Or put a 12-volt socket in the boot.
All that. And also, yes, a 12-volt socket in the front boot, or fruit, not a frunk. It's a fruit in Australia. A 12-volt socket would be great too, because then, again, same thing, you can put a small cooler or something in the front there for your drinks or whatever while you're road tripping or generally for picnics and stuff like that. That'd be great.
High-powered USB sockets.
High-powered USB sockets. 2 phones plugged into this front USB takes quite a while to charge, if at all, especially if they're running Waze or something like that. They don't charge at all, they just maintain their charge, they don't actually charge.
Or USB-C, that way you can charge a laptop from it or a high-powered phone charging.
Other things I've noticed, the power, obviously, brutally fast, neck snapping fast. Neck snacking, what?
Each to their own.
Each to their own. I think it is also, I found a little bit niggly, but it's not a problem, is I have the mirrors folded when I come home so I can park the car into the garage. I use Summon feature all the time for that because we do have a very narrow garage with power walls on the side. So of course I don't want to hit the car door on the power walls, don't want to damage either of them, so I use Summon quite a lot. But when I get home the mirrors fold, but when you put the car into reverse, once the car's summoned out to drive down my driveway, the mirrors remain folded. So maybe there could be an option there to set it to when your car's in reverse, in that area the mirrors will sort of just tilt up enough to see where you're maintaining center line in your driveway. I know I've got the center camera, I can use that, but it's just sort of old habit to look in the mirrors while reversing, which I still do a lot. So there's that. What else is there?
Aggressive autopilot braking when you're coming up to traffic lights and there's cars parked or stopped at the lights. The car needs to anticipate that stop traffic a bit better, and rather than just doing a fairly aggressive braking, or I would describe aggressive, it needs to do a bit more gentle, needs to that a bit better.
Yes, I've noticed the phantom braking on autopilot. tends to happen far more, or pretty much only time I've experienced, is on single lane roads. Now, commuting to and from work, half my trip is on a single lane road. Now, things like curves, as you come around a curve, especially on a crest on the curve, you've left, especially around to the curving to the left. I think what's happening is the autopilot sees an oncoming car and it sees the side of the oncoming car, therefore it thinks it's yawing and it is a car about to change in your lane, and the autopilot will suddenly hit the brakes, thinking it's a car merging into lane, which is fair enough, it's what it's designed to do. But because it's an oncoming car, then it suddenly realises it's a car travelling in the opposite direction and then accelerates back up to speed again. So hence, I think that seems to be the reason that I can figure out the cause for these phantom brakings. Motorways, I'm touching on now, multi-lane highways at 80km/h speeds, it doesn't seem to happen, but it only seems to happen for me on those single lane roads, on the curves, and there's oncoming traffic coming on the curve. So I think that's probably what's happening. Could be totally wrong, who knows. Anything else?
Yeah, changing lanes needs to be a little bit better. Basically what I just did there is I changed lanes and there's a car behind us. Now, I had a sufficient gap in my experience between us and the car that I overtook, but Autopilot didn't think that we did, and that sort of annoys traffic that's behind us, like in that situation, because they're sort of expecting you to move over to the left, but I know I would, but the car thinks no, I can't, even though there's sufficient gap between us and that car behind us. So that leeway needs to be adjusted a little bit better, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Fart chickens!
Yes, edit that stuff out. I'm trying to think what else is there.
I don't know.
Another little thing which I think is funny is that the car decides either on any day whose phone is going to connect to either mine or Sally's. Some day it always connects to mine, and therefore it sets the car up for my seating position and driving position, even when Sally's in it, and vice versa. So it doesn't get in the car and it'll go straight to Sally's profile instead of mine. Yeah, it's not a problem. It's just one of those weird things you notice. It's not like a drama or anything. It's just one of those things. Sound system is awesome. Something noticed, especially in the theatre mode. We have spent nights in the car playing games, funnily enough, I'm sure many people have, as well as watching YouTube in here, because the sound system is brilliant. I've heard it's been designed by Bang & Olufsen, so that's what he explains a lot of why it sounds really, really good. Other good things I love about the car is headlights. The smart high beam. As soon as I bought the car, we drove up the Blue Mountains and charged up at the Hydro Majestic. Really nice place to charge up. Coming back home late at night, high beam worked brilliantly. It's actually nice and bright. Seems to be narrow focus up the middle of the highway though, which is fine, but I like the way that it automatically turns on and off in relation to where the car is inside that beam. Even though sometimes it didn't turn off, I normally would, I still noticed the light wasn't on the cars that were coming off other direction or too far ahead, so you're probably not actually blinding them as much as you think you are. Well, I can't tell because I've never been in the car in front of this driving at night to check that out. That might be something we might do later or somebody might want to do later. But yeah, lighting is awesome. I suppose that's why one of the world's best lights or something somewhere apparently. As again, I mentioned Sunman's awesome, love that. We don't get Autopilot, navigating Autopilot in Australia yet. I've heard it's coming soon. Elon apparently said coming very soon in a response to Tesla and the Gong, so we can't wait for that, especially on these road trips and in Sydney having to change motorways a few times to get to work and back. A lot of people have also complained about wind noise. Well, here we are doing 110 kilometres an hour on the Hume Highway heading south to the ski fields, driving into a good 40, looks like it's almost a 40 kilometre headwind. It's about 15 crosswind headwind bearing.
It's actually handling the crosswind very well.
Yeah, Autopilot handles the crosswind brilliantly, especially in these strong wind days. You probably see on the other camera looking forward, the trees are moving quite a lot. Called Windy app, it's about 8 metres per second wind, which is reasonably strong. I wouldn't want to go flying a light aircraft in this wind, put it that way.
4 kilometres an hour according to the BOM, Bureau of Meteorology for those overseas.
Yes. Also, we're passing the Exeter service centre now. It's got the Macca stores. Here would be a great place to put some DC fast chargers, Mr. Charge Box and Mr. Charge Point, because it is Macca's and it is on the motorway between Sydney and Canberra. So you've got something to eat, something to do while your car's charging before you're heading on to Canberra or Sydney. Either way, perfect spot, just saying. That's all I can think of now for our 3-week appraisal of our Model 3. Yes, there's a lot of negative stuff and good stuff, but you know, we're trying not to be biased. But
the negative stuff isn't that bad. It's just little things that
you notice.
would be nice to have, but it doesn't diminish the enjoyment of the vehicle.
Yep, 100% agree. Anyway, that's it for this 3-week ownership vlog, I guess, while we're travelling to the snow. We will continue on with our regular viewing schedule of our road trip video. So again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to drive safe. Bye.